Hey guys! Welcome back to another video. Today I am doing another doll customization video since I've recently really gotten into making dolls. And before I even posted the video of the repaint of Shiromori, I had already started this doll. I know I got a couple comments asking for Arthur to be made next. Don't worry, he will be made next after Vivi. If you don't know what Mystery Skulls is an animated series that has so far 3 parts, with its 4th part coming out this October. I'm not going to go too into depth just because I did go much more into depth in my last video. So, Vivi. I really like her character. She is the leader of the Mystery Skulls gang, and I really like her character design. Let's get into the video. So, first off, choosing the doll. I was between 2 dolls, a Catrina De Mew doll and a Twyla doll. I really loved both of these dolls. I thought they could both work for Vivi. I considered Twyla mostly because she isn't too much shorter, but she is shorter than pretty much everyone in the group, minus her dog. However, I did really like this Catrina De Mew doll just because she already had a very pale skin tone, and if I blushed it, it looked pretty much like a human skin tone. I know white dolls are hard to come across, but after last time, I noticed that a lot of the paint was chipping off of the other doll, so I decided to go with something where I didn't have to completely change the skin tone. I decided to start with the outfit this time. Her skirt and scarf were both made up of this blue fabric, which I cut out of an old blue t-shirt. I also used the original skirt that came with the Catrina doll when I first got her, and I referenced it. If you want a more into-depth video, be sure to check out Delightful's channel, as she has a more in-depth tutorial on how to use pre-made Monster High clothing that comes with the dolls for new patterns. I also cut out a homemade pattern for Vivi's sweater, as I already had a t-shirt pattern and all I had to do was make the sleeves for it. It didn't really matter if it was fitted or not because the sweater is shown to be quite baggy, so it definitely was less precise. I also made these cute little stockings. With the outfit finished, let's work on the doll. So first we have to do prep work. First, I cut the hair down to a shorter length, and then I pulled out the glue from inside of the head. Compared to the Abby Abominable doll, which I used last time, she had way more glue inside of her head. It took a really long time to get this done. Soon after, I used pure acetone nail polish remover and I removed her face, and then I used an X-Acto knife to remove her ears. From there, I sprayed the doll with Mr. Super Clear and I went to blushing. So blushing this time, I used makeup last time. I highly recommend not using human makeup on your dolls. It makes them look really dirty. And I went over with the doll later with my pastels and she turned out so much better. These pastels were only $13. I got them off of Amazon. I highly recommend you invest a little bit of money into the pastels. Please do not use makeup. It'll mess up the doll. Overall, I did think she turned out really great. Using the pastels definitely helped a lot. They stayed on much better, and when I finally sealed them up, it looked so nice. She looked so lifelike. I loved her. Looking back on one of the other dolls that I did where I was doing the blushing with the makeup, there is a huge difference. Do not use human makeup on your doll. Once the blushing of the body was done, I blushed the face, starting with the eyes, and then I began to paint. I loved the face that I drew on, and I used a much smaller paintbrush, which I found in the back of one of my craft boxes, to do the eyelashes and the entire face itself. I'd say this is levels above what I did last time. She just looks so much more clean. Her eyelashes don't look so clumped together. It just looks so much better. I loved her face until I realized that she kind of had an annoyed look on her face. She wasn't smiling, and if you've ever watched the Mystery Skulls animated series, you know that Vivi is constantly smiling. She's always excited, unless her life is in danger, but even then she's still excited somehow. I didn't really want to give off the vibe that she was annoyed because it just doesn't fit the character. So I ended up changing the eyes a bit off camera, just rounding them out and making her look a lot happier. Now on to her baseball bat. So the baseball bat wasn't really shown until Hellbent, which was the most recent installment to the Mystery Skulls animated series. Quoting this from FanWiki, mind the fact that I'm probably butchering this, but this is a Shinto Amamori talisman bearing the kanji that means, please keep my family from harm. Soon after, I added a coat of Mod Podge on the top, which gave it a nice glossy effect. Using yarn and a fine-tooth comb, along with a stick, I managed to make wefts of yarn that looked like hair, which I did by using a slip knot to loop around on this wooden stick. I combed it out with a comb and undid parts of the yarn that the comb couldn't get through. Finally, I used Mod Podge and glued it together, let it dry, and finally I had wefts. I then glued the hair to the head with fabric glue. Once I was done with the hair, I dressed her all up, and voila, the doll is complete. Sorry if the sound is a little bit more echoey. I completely forgot to finish the outro and do a segment for the photos. Oops. So I am now doing this frantically as I'm finishing up editing the video. This channel probably isn't going to become a doll channel just because there are a bunch of other projects that I still am working on. I'm still doing the usual animated and speed paint content since if anything, doll repainting is just more art. I had a lot of fun with doing this photo shoot. I felt like with Shiramori, since I had the one doll, she just seemed kind of sad and lonely. But now that I have two dolls from the series, I had this idea for maybe a stop motion sort of thing where I do like a stop motion recreation of part of maybe the most recent installment to Mystery Skulls Animated. I'm not entirely sure. I had a bunch of fun with this scene, and I just love that they can have a little battle now with their little weapons. If you're wondering about the glasses, I tried making some off camera. I used some jewelry wire for one pair. I tried using plastic wrap and markers. It just wasn't going well. Making tiny glasses is difficult. It didn't help that the original Catrina doll actually came with glasses, but I lost them years ago. Just shot myself in the foot by doing that. There's no way I'm trying to make a pair of glasses again. I had like 4 or 5 attempts. It just wasn't working out, so I cut them from the video. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also make sure to click the bell for more content. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye!